Burn out and then fade away. Right? Oh, my God.
Isn't that what Bob Saget said?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Too soon.
Jeez.
I like that guy.
That's Howard. I saw him live.
He was
raunchy,
here, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
He was raunchy. He was fun. He was a lot of fun. He's good.
It's weird that he could be such the dad, all sweet, and then his stand-up was the opposite.
I did not watch
a
single episode of Full House, and I
watched
home videos, and that was cheesy.
But you just never would think he was what he is in stand-up.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be cheesy.
They never found like a belt around his neck or anything in the closet?
Jesus, what?
I looked it up too because I was like, how does somebody die that young? But no, there was apparently no foul play, no drug use, nothing. He just
even his last tweets were like, positive. Like,
and all the comedians are making fun of it because that's what Bob would have wanted. So like I think there's one out there who said, until I find out, I'm just going to tell everybody it was irritable bowel syndrome.
IBS.
Which is
in fact, he was attending a conference for IBS there at the hotel. And
it could have
be
been
careful, everybody. Good night.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear it growl? I gotta go.
Hope I don't. Never mind. Oh, no. Hey, we're live. Before we begin, I need to do this. No, I get to do this. Great sponsors, great products, Gooder sunglasses, people. The styles of 2022 are rolling out. If you had any good sense of style, savings, or safety for your eyes, you need to get to Gooder.com on a weekly, if not daily basis, because they are throwing out all kinds of stuff there on a consistent basis. Always check back, see what's up, laugh at the fun styles, and grab a pair every now and then. At $35 a pair, you can probably get away with it. Gooder.com. Thanks, Jack, for that, Jack.
Grab a pair.
Grab a pair.
Nobody could see that.
Yeah, no, I should have had the camera on you. Wahoo Fitness, people, the home for everything you need to keep going. Trainers, accessories, computers, and even training with systems. They will keep you cycling, make you faster, get you home safely. Use the link at Packfiller.com to become a true Wahooligan. And I like that. I like Wahooligan. I think that's kind of fun. It makes me sound like I'm a soccer guy who likes to punch people. Number 3, Scratch Labs, people. You sweat more during inside than outside workouts, right? Your fans can't keep you cool enough, so your body reverts to good old evaporative cooling. So more sweat, so more moisture from your body. You must hydrate. You must provide your body with the minerals needed to help you cool as well as maintain your effort. Get to scratchlabs.com today and make sure you keep up your hydration game with the brilliant, great tasting offerings from Scratch. If you're me and you come down here on a cold day, you put that cider flavored, apple cider flavored. It's spice cider. It's good. You just a thermos. It's delicious. Ambassador Cycling, people, get fit before you get fit. You know how an improper bike feels? Well, it feels like shit. It hurts your butt, your shoulders, your wrists, your ankles, everywhere. Probably even. Never mind. Sam. An Ambassador can get you dialed in to actually enjoy these winter and early season miles. Get to ambassadorcycling.com immediately.
I am on Thursday.
You going?
Going to Sam?
See Sam?
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's going to adjust my saddle.
Oh, he's going to adjust more in your saddle.
I am riding a Concord.
same pink one too.
No,
yeah,
that's here somewhere.
He might look at you and say,
"Where is it?" It was red, by the way. Where's my saddle? Did you lose my saddle? Did you loan it out?
I burned it, Jack, and in the fire screamed.
It in the backyard.
The fire screamed like a scene from The Exorcist.
Burned that $1 saddle.
Buried it in the backyard with Fluffy.
It screamed like some sort of a. That was the flame.
I don't know who owned it before me.
I haven't burned it. It's around here somewhere.
We should play.
Hey, you guys, it's Tuesday. The beverages are poured and the microphones are hot. Welcome to a still unnamed studio. Welcome to the Packfiller. I am Pat Bulger, and by the way, the front runners of the studio, we are currently sitting with the top 3 of the front runners. Number 1, the Arrive. Number 2, the Rim Break Bar. The Rim Break Bar.
That was a guy.
You did that.
No, it was a guy who texted message.
One of our listeners.
Yeah.
And number 3, the Breakaway Pub are currently leading.
Ooh.
What about the Batcave? You really like...
That's my office at school.
Oh, okay. Can't do that.
Yeah. So let us know your thoughts. And in fact, each of our panel tonight has to, when I introduce them, let me know their preferred choice. So we're throwing in their votes their votes for the overall. So the Arrive, the Rim Break Bar, and the Breakaway Pub. I know I'm going to have to repeat it a couple more times for Jack.
I already figured mine out.
You already did?
Yeah. What was the last one?
Breakaway Pub.
It's kind of gay.
Wow. That was extremely douchebaggery from you.
I know, right?
Anyway, the guy, first of all, the guy who's been hitting it harder than any of us this season, including the snow shoveling, Mr. Paul Main. How are you, man?
I'm doing all right. Thanks.
Are you really doing all right?
No,
you said before we went online.
My back's all jacked up.
Is that what did it? The snow
I
shoveling?
did on Thursday, and it felt it was a little sore, and then, then Friday I was like, ugh. I woke up. Oh, and my sleep number bed was down to 80 for some reason.
Oh.
I have to have it 100%.
Sabotage.
Yeah. And I need it as hard as this countertop right here. That's why I sleep on.
Somebody sabotaged your bed.
Yeah, I don't know.
You talked to
I could have.
You've been fighting with the missus?
No, she didn't, because I'm the only one that has the app. She doesn't have it.
She doesn't have the app, so you could fuck with her side of the bed, and she wouldn't know. Well, she'd probably know.
Well, because she works night shifts. When she's gone, I pump up both sides to 100.
So you can roll all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife's leaving for Hawaii on this weekend, and she's all paranoid about Omicron because I work at a high school, and so she
left. She's in a hotel room right now.
She's sleeping in the other room. She's sleeping in a completely other room, and I never realized how big a king size bed is until
she's serious about this. Solo. My wife invited her by the flip, and
she does not
said,
want to.
Sorry,
she's
not
terrified.
to get back.
She wants to go to Hawaii this weekend. I don't fucking blame her.
No.
Yeah.
You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh God. So anyway, Paul, what was your vote?
Oh, that's a simple one.
Yeah.
The Rim Break Bar.
The Rim Break Bar.
Yeah, that was was nice. I think his name was Derek that suggested that. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not BREAK. BRAKE. Rim Break Bar. Rim Break Bar. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Second of all, he's the guy who needs to hit it hard soon, or the cat 2 won't materialize. That is a father's thing to say. Mr. Jackson Polzer, how are you, buddy?
I didn't really love that intro, but I'll take it. I have already been hitting it
goddamn fast.
Yeah.
Though, so it's
I like the Breakaway Bar.
You like the Breakaway Bar?
Yeah.
Breakaway Pub?
Breakaway Pub.
But a pub indicates public house. It means like everybody
private.
gets to come. So
and that it's kind of a oxymoron if we're Packfillers and then Breakaway. That doesn't make sense. Just saying.
But the Rim Break Bar also doesn't make sense because it doesn't apply to everyone here.
And it's outdated.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it applies to 3 of the 4.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
For now.
Says you'll get it soon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about to be 50-50 if you get your shit together. All right, third of all, so we got one for the Breakaway Pub, one for the Rim Break Bar. Third is the guy who's been riding, so everyone better prepare for the end of the world, Mr. Jack Broadhead. How are you, man?
Good. What were the 3?
Oh, my fucking God.
The Arrive?
The Arrive, the Rim Break Bar, and the Breakaway Pub are our leaders. There were more votes, but I'm taking the top 3.
Right.
The top 3.
I'm going to go...
Time show, Jack.
The
it's a time show.
I'm going with the Arrive.
The Arrive. So, in other words, you guys completely screwed it up by Titus.
It's not going to tie us down. You're the breaker.
No,
you break,
the listeners
you
are
break
the
tie.
breaker.
I would say, though, I feel like we aren't picking it, but we all know that that's the one that we should do.
Do you really?
Yeah, I think so. Just because what team are all of the
it's
people on the
our
show
club,
about to race for?
And the Arrive is France was the
Well,
finish.
until we get a big studio somewhere when you buy a downtown building.
Yeah, then it would be the Arrive Public House.
Right.
Screw you guys. This section right here is the
Rim
Rim
Break
Break Bar.
You can have that, but the rest of the world won't.
I'm happy over here.
Paul just, for those of you who didn't see that, because we are live online, but for those of you who didn't see that, Paul just cornered off his little section of the bar. It's for the Rim Break Bar.
No one gets to sit in the seat unless they have rim brakes.
And me, I'm the guy who's been training, but I still have 15 pounds to go. Hence, I switched from wine to bourbon. I'm Pat Polger. I did. I stopped drinking wine. I haven't.
Nice.
I have about 2 ounces of bourbon, and that's it. And I drink
Once a night?
Yep. Is that bad?
No, you should have 4. I mean, it's so low calorie.
It is low calorie. I guess it's only like 70
Yeah,
calories.
Okay, half a bottle of wine or two 2-ounce.
I do.
Sips.
No, 2-ounce. I'd be.
Oh, come on.
I would.
We're not
That's
all
like
pros
4
like
shots.
you, Jack.
That's like
all
4 shots. 4 shots of bourbon every night. That's a lot, isn't it?
Depends on
It's
how
all
fast
relative.
you take it.
Yeah, right.
What are you planning
Yeah.
on doing with it?
Yeah.
What's
See, it should be 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Then you'll sleep like a baby.
all
we should
right?
have a drinking podcast.
No,
I would be dead.
Jackson would be dead. I still say there should be a show someday where we all just decide to just stay safe
here tonight.
stay safe, and just
Yeah.
drink
Do it in the
to a
summer.
point
I
of
can
being
stagger
stupid.
home.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The ice would be a killer.
I don't know what Jack would do.
I
He's got
just-
a long walk.
Yeah, he's screwed.
Well, it's mostly downhill, so I'd ride.
Yeah, just
You just
No.
get
ride your bike.
The
get
missus-
the
fetal
DUI.
position. You'll just roll downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bus, I think that.
Hey, everybody! How's the winter riding plans going? Does anybody want to confess to, or brag?
Well,
Jackson, I picked on you in your introduction,
Yeah.
so I'm going to allow you an opportunity to. You can call
Go
me out.
first.
You can
Yeah.
say, "Fuck you, Dad."
now I'll take the high road.
Wow.
All
When they
right.
go low,
God.
I go high. Yeah. No,
He's already beaten my generation.
Yeah,
He's better
yeah.
than me.
Yep.
Better than me.
Anyways, it's going well. My minimum I want to do is 2 a week, and then when I can, I'll sneak an extra 1 or 2 in there. I'm really just waiting for the roads to clear up. That's when my training really gets done. That's how it was for me in Portland last year. It's so weird because
Worked.
yeah, it didn't snow last year, obviously in Portland very much.
Yeah.
Well, but so I was able to ride outside a lot more. But this year I'm figuring out another way with work and all that. So it's going well though. I'm starting to get things done.
Jack?
I'm only bummed that I don't live in Hoquiam right now. Like, I'm too busy
Really?
in Spokane, so there'd be riding.
What's the
Outside riding.
what's the daily temp in Hoquiam right now?
It's 38 and raining.
Oh,
Usually.
fuck.
40 and raining.
Pretty similar to Portland.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but you can ride with
Yeah.
fenders and the right gear. It's not much different.
Mm-hmm.
You're wet on the inside. You're wet on the outside.
And you've been riding.
I have.
We have photos.
I have
that I
yeah.
could share with the listening audience of your bike
My bike
riding
room.
space and
My
your
bikes.
red shorts. You had
Yep.
the K2 shorts.
Well, I got
on the
them
other
out
day,
just for
which
you.
They were
Yeah.
brilliant.
All my trainer stuff, because I figure it's like a half hour to 40 minutes, is like the worst, most
Oh, yeah.
uncomfortable shit I own.
Uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, after the bike fit, it'll be fine. But
not the fact that your chamois made of sandpaper.
well,
but-
and yeah, from 1996.
yeah, that's old stuff.
6, yeah.
So let's put this into perspective. Those shorts,
Are older than you.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
They know
Most everything I have is older than you. My truck is almost old. No, anyway. But I rode 5 days in the last week. So, and one was a
Gee.
workout. One was actually a yeah. I did a 20 seconds on, 30 seconds off for 15 minutes, and that was
was an interval.
not that hard.
Interval
Yeah.
in it. No.
Yeah.
Noise.
The wife made me do that one.
Your wife is
She
telling
came
you
down
to get
and
on the
got
trainer
her
and
bike.
do
Well,
intervals?
she got on her bike and she came up with this workout and said, "This is what we're doing." I was already on the bike for 15 minutes before she.
My
got
wife's
down
looking
there.
at me going, "You're going for how long? You're not going to help me with laundry?"
Oh,
Your wife is down there. Wow,
yeah,
that's nice.
we're not running, so got to ride.
Yeah, Paul, how's your riding been? I said earlier that you were out riding all of us, and then I found out you
I
decided to
missed this
become a
weekend.
human
Yeah.
snowblower.
Yeah. Yeah, well. Yeah, I missed Saturday and Sunday, and then I was flat on my back with a heat pad and that type of thing. So
Ice.
then I said,
No.
screw it. I told my wife on Monday, I just said, I'm just going to get some blood flowing, and that's the best thing to do. I just
Yeah.
kept, like, I don't know, like about no more than 70% FTP type workout for about 45 minutes. And today I did a little interval workout. It's fine, but it's still it's a little rough. So
I think I had a good week. I think I did 4 rides, and all of which were on system. Not to pay any bills,
Same.
or anything like that. But on Saturday, no, Sunday was not on system. Saturday I did the shovel, which is
that's a good one.
a horrible
good.
workout. It's an hour and something, and it's not. Oh God! I will admit, in the center of the second dose of intervals, I had to sit one out.
Did you?
I did. I sat one out because I was just like going, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And so I did that. And then earlier in the week, I had another one which was pretty brutal. And then Sunday, I did just it was I'm following a training program on system, just kind of just generic 8-week or 12-week program, and I did it. And it said it was kind of an easy one watching a documentary, so I decided to get on Zwift instead. And I rode for about an hour and 15 minutes on Zwift, and it was fun.
Did you catch any cartoons?
I did. In fact, I got a lot of kudos from cartoons because there was a pack that was catching me, and I jumped in with them for a while, and everybody's like, "Good job, good job, good job, good job." And it's right on. I know it's like
Hi from Ohio.
Right, yeah. It was just complete. I was just like going, "Why are you guys congratulating me? I don't even know you." You know, but it was just everybody was like, "Bing, bing, 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 bing." You know, I felt like I was just Mario collecting coins. They were
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't earned kudos. They weren't earned. But I took them. And you don't get anything from them. I mean, you finish the ride and it's like...
You got a pocket full of them.
Yeah.
That's
Which
fine.
I think weighs
It
your...
slows you down.
It's got to
going
weigh
up
you
the hill.
down. Yeah, it's got to weigh
Yeah.
you down. Yeah. So, anyway. Does anybody have an addition to the calendar? Any goal they'd like to add or anything like that? Anybody find something stunning along the way?
Coeur d'Alene Grand Fondo just announced the 17th
Of
September.
That's ways out.
Yeah, but
That
that
might be ready by
we
then.
talk about doing a...
my wife's birthday weekend.
Wow.
Oh,
See.
yeah, 'cause
so,
she's the
so that's the trifecta. You've got your anniversary, you've got Mother's Day, and you've got your wife's birthday.
Yeah.
So
She's gonna-
there's no racing this year for you.
Unless I did the Fondo and booked a room at the hotel.
Oh.
And
But
They
you
have
come back-
Oktoberfest.
honey, you go to the
usually.
spa.
You'd come back
I'll meet
wasted.
you when you're done with the spa.
Yeah, you'd be asleep, and she'd...
Not
Yeah.
care.
Well, usually it's tied in with their Oktoberfest.
It is.
So
It is. Yeah.
you can do that afterwards.
Anybody doing the ambassador challenge? He asks with a wink and a nudge and a ha 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 ha. The first month would be the fitness challenge. Would be the 40P test.
I will retake it,
I'm going to retake it before the end of the month too.
but
I don't know if I could take it. I don't have any technology.
no.
Yeah, I could come over and ride your bike.
Yeah,
On the-
I'll
Right
give you
here.
the trainer.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
the trainer in the screen right there.
Yeah. Open up account. Well,
Yeah.
it's free, right?
It's free for 14 days.
Yeah.
You could take the test and decide if you want to take it.
Wow.
Jackson, not to point any fingers, but
I don't know. This year it's like I'm almost not really counting indoor cycling for myself.
Good man.
Just
at all, though.
And you're getting rim brakes back, I hear.
Yeah,
Paul's so happy.
it's very
Yeah.
contagious.
He's so proud of you.
and my back's a little sore. We got the Corsican brothers here.
Yeah, seriously. No, it just it sucks. It sucks a lot, and so this year I'm more doing it as a means to an end until until the snow is manageable.
So you're
It's about April.
Cold
No.
Boy. Cold Boy is going to focus on outdoor miles.
Yeah, because that's what gets my fitness to where it needs to be is being outside.
Oh, yeah.
What if it's in March when everything's
It won't
horrifically
be.
Slushy.
cold?
Well, have you been out there right now? You can ride. Oh,
Yeah.
you can ride right now.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Roads are bare.
On the
There's-
main roads, you could
Yeah.
do that.
Who are you?
Just
This is how I've been for the past.
He's
2
becoming a
years.
man. Damn it!
well,
Jesus.
Portland did it.
Yeah.
Riding
Really?
seriously, the West Side.
Yeah.
it makes a huge difference. You realize how much more you ride, how many more miles.
You've
a year
always
you
been
get.
the guy who's been just like, you don't do well with cold, right?
No, I hate the cold, but also you're cold for 15 minutes
Yep.
and then you get hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I stepped into some form of bizarro world?
This is, yeah.
It's
It's just
it's
like
an- Yeah.
It's something I've been thinking about, especially recently. Like last night, I got on the train. I'm like, I hate this. I hate it so much.
Sucks.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, I'm waiting. Just
You who spent 10 hours on a trainer.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, you do that, and it breaks
seriously,
you.
it broke you. True. Wow.
So you're not going to do the challenge?
At least that part of it.
Oh. So does that count?
I can do an outdoor FTP test. Somebody got me a power meter.
Can you?
Yeah, you could take your 20-minute.
You
need
need
a
a 20-minute test on an outdoor bike?
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
How?
You find a good stretch of road, which there's plenty of
Do a
flat
time
stuff.
Just
trial?
ride for
Yeah.
20 minutes and take your
Yeah.
average
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
Like that? All right. I
You
guess
just
that makes
slam
sense.
it as hard as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not that I know anything about that, but I've heard people do that.
Not that I haven't done it.
Yeah,
Not that I've done it, but
Because
I hear some people are hooked on it.
yeah. There's
Yeah. Should we get to the news? Let's get to the news, shall we?
I fear right now that my left leg is smaller than my right. I'm going to ask Sam about it.
Well, we'll talk to Calvin.
Jack's legs are small.
We'll talk to Calvin. Maybe you should push your skateboard. On
I
your
know,
leg.
that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. Lefty, left. Yeah, I stare down at my legs and I'm like, God damn it.
One of them's your dick.
No, that's
Oh.
not.
Oh,
No.
tucking into your sock.
Did I make
Anyways,
the news? Hello. Where was the button? Yeah, it's the button. Hey, everybody! The headlines. The USA is bringing everyone. Is the headline? Recently crowned U.S. national cycling champions, U.S. national champions Clara Honsinger and Eric Brunner. Brunner, I'm assuming, and I'm terrible at names, and I know people give me shit online for it, but fuck you. Will lead Team USA to the 2022 UCI World Cyclocross Championships here coming up in Fayetteville. In case you didn't know, welcome from that cave you've been in. The United States will send 38 riders. 38
Wow.
riders to this first cyclocross world championships held in home soil since 2013 when it was in Louisville. So we've gone from Louisville to Fayetteville. Social commentary not allowed. We've got a gigantic team, including, by the way, I'm going to call out the elite women first because we live in the northwestern United States. Rebecca Faringer from Bend, Oregon. Claire Honsinger, Portland, Oregon. Anna Meagle from Boise, Idaho. That's 3 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 women competing in the elite. So you're telling me there's a chance. So I'm telling you there's a chance. Elite men, you guys, I'm not going to lie. I need your help on cyclocross. I have not been following cyclocross very well this year. Just every race I've watched, it's like, oh, wow, it's winning. Who do we have? We don't have Brunner, Gage Hecht, Lance Haydet, Scott McGill, Caleb Schwartz, Kenny Werner, and Curtis White, whom I'm sure I destroyed their last name. White. No, I didn't.
White, you got
destroy
that
his
one,
last
right?
name. Yeah, I think I got that one.
It's
right.
Whitey.
I'm pretty sure. White.
It's Whitey.
Whitey. So my guess is, and by the way, if you guys want to know any of the U23 or the juniors, I printed all of them off. Thoughts on the cross worlds and the size of this team to start off with? Does anybody's holy shit, 38 riders? When was the last time we sent more than like 5 to a road worlds?
Yeah,
Now,
well,
that's different.
costs money
man.
to
They,
go.
they
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
fill the field because most of the Europeans are staying home.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
I guess that's my question is talking about that with Omicron waging worldwide. Thoughts on the riders attending, and more importantly, the riders not attending. Do we have any thoughts or opinions on that? And I know we've got some very prominent riders not attending.
Is Pidcock?
You know,
As of last notice, I thought he was.
yeah, I
There's-
think he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's your winner.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
going
That's
to say.
I was about, yeah, exactly. I was about to say that it's awesome that the U.S. is sending all of them. In the men's field, not a single one of them is going to get in the top 3.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's
Which
a
I
given.
think is a bummer, but it's cool that we're sending all those people there. I think
I think the U.S. knows that. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
most
yeah.
of our, I mean, the women's. I mean, we got a chance.
chance,
You know, we
yeah.
got some
Oh,
riders
yeah.
who could
Yeah.
who could
Yeah.
kick some ass in there. Yeah.
in the men's field, I think if a miracle does not take place, we're probably going to have a British world champion. Like you said, Tom Pidcock.
Yeah.
I think on the women's side, though, I think there's a better chance that the U.S. could actually have a title chance.
God, wouldn't that be cool?
Mhm.
Holy shit! I mean, we could talk about it more in depth next week because it isn't for a couple weeks yet. But
I think there's a huge course advantage too for the women, U.S. women, whether they're reconning it or been there racing it, and more American style course than Euro.
yeah, we are looking at Sonnequint is coming. Mariana Voss obviously attending.
Lucinda Brandt.
Lucinda Brandt, yeah, she took second.
Yeah,
in,
which is
behind Mariana.
well, she's
Voss.
already has the world championships jersey. Why not just give it?
Just
to
keep
Voss.
it going. Yeah,
Yeah.
just hand it over.
Yeah, I already got a jersey here.
Yeah,
Not that Voss didn't earn it.
Is-
She did.
I haven't heard anything, and I don't know if you guys have heard anything, and I apologize for not doing the research on riders like Toon Arts.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Other
everything's
riders
kind of.
attending.
I think they all plan on going. Lawrence Swake and Isabeth, and pretty much if you watched the Belgian national championships, which I did,
Yeah,
yeah, they pretty much watched the top finishers in the worlds other than Pidcock. So
you totally sounded like Princess Bride. Unless he hasn't studied, he's a glipa, which I have.
you can keep it.
Part of me's
One of the best shows.
Part of me, Part of me's thinking now that I don't know. Does this take the? This could be a lot to say. Does this take the relevance out of cyclocross?
Authenticity, yeah. If somebody who's been dominating like Van Aert is a victory over everybody who attended.
Or the fact that they're also saying
God,
that,
that's a horrible thing to think, but
well, the fact that Wout is saying I'd rather focus on my road season rather
That's where
than
it's
cross.
going,
So
though.
it's
Yeah.
like,
And
is
you-
cross really
I
relevant?
think with Matthew and Wout, they're
Matthew's like
maturing
Paul right now.
into.
Yeah.
But they're maturing into road racers. They're not. They're going to start not looking back. Yeah, they're doing cross because they can get on the bike and win. But Pidcock's 22, and
something like that.
yeah, and so like it's really they all know that it's time to move on, and so for them to just skip a worlds and move on. Last year was the big showdown between Van der Poel and Wout. And for 6 years prior to that, so it's time for them.
That was a great Worlds last
So
year.
it's time for them to move on, and there'll be a Pidcock and a Ertz, and everybody's gonna step up and be the new champion for 3-4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So now's the time. They shouldn't look back. They shouldn't come back.
You're calling them the old men of
Yeah,
cyclocross.
they're 26.
Jesus.
Get out of here. I mean,
This is a kids game, damn it.
yeah.
Move along.
It is. It's kind of the practice to become a world UCI road race champion of some kind, and
That's
they
been
prove it.
That's been a super interesting transition. I mean, can we say it was within the last 3 to 5 years that people started saying these cyclocross guys are freaking fast, and they're entering into the road, the mountain bike disciplines, and they're absolutely crushing it.
It probably has the most. Their winter training program is amazing.
Yeah.
And everybody else is like, sitting back and drinking beers and getting fat. And these guys are
I'm sure that's
full.
what they're doing.
Yeah. I that was my program.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
It worked for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just come into the the early season lit up.
Yeah.
But we're looking at Vanderpool, where that you're burning the candle at both ends,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
And I think that's where
injury
Wout
and-
possibly is saying, you know what? I've had my fun in the sand and the dirt and the mud, and now I'm going to camp and I'm going to win a monument this spring.
And he's
So-
skipping Strada Bianca.
Yes, he is. He's doing.
Wout is.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
doing Paris-Nice.
That guy's got some plans. That guy's got some good people looking over his shoulder. It sounds like. Wow. Am I the only one who would really love? I'm now 1,000% on the Mariana Voss train. I'm just
She's
like,
awesome.
God, can she just win everything for a while longer? I know she did it for a long time. I know Mariana Vossi's got more wins than anybody else in the business. But it's just like, now I'm just like, holy shit, keep going, go, 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 go. You know, it's just, I would love to see her win in Fayetteville. I think it'd be so cool. Anyway, there we go. Oh, we have a junior man from Sammamish, Washington.
Oh,
Wow.
Jack Spranger. We might be the only podcast mentioning his name. So go, Jack. Mother.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I
awesome.
can't. I almost swore.
Don't.
Oh,
He's,
He's a
underage.
junior man.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's a
you
junior
can't.
boy.
Can't do that.
I can't swear. Wow. Go, Jack.
Go for it, kid.
Go freaking fast.
You got it, kiddo.
You
That's
master faster. Hey, that's my AMF that
right.
I was. Anyway, story number 2. Egan to remain at Ineos for, well, forever.
Oh yeah.
Egan Bernal has linked a deal with Ineos Grenadiers that will keep him in team colors, whatever they are, through the end of 2026. 2026. Quoting Egan Bernal himself, it's really important signing this new contract. I'm really happy with this team. I'm really proud of this team, the staff, and I'm signing now for my most important years. It will be my best years. It's okay. He's supposed to say they will be my best years, but English isn't his first language. So and I want to spend time with this team, Bernal said. The thing about this team I noticed right from the beginning is that everyone was working toward one goal. You can see and feel that everyone loves the sport. They really are devoted and have an all-in mentality, said the Wolfpack. I mean, Ineos. My first, thought about this one. I'm just going to say it. Sound investment for Ineos or not? Anybody have an opinion on that one? The fragility of Egan Bernal over the last couple of years would be a concern for me. And you're sending in a super long contract.
I think he is the best option they have right now.
Yeah.
Like I'll say it for the rest of my days. A Yates is always going to blow it. So I don't think they could put all their eggs in a Yates basket or a Richie
Or
Port
Carapaz.
basket. Yeah,
He's
like
not quite.
he's more of a one-day
Yeah,
short
or-
week race kind of
or-
guy.
Tell me Garrett isn't going to rank up number 2.
Oh, we
I don't
forgot
think
about
he ever will.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is tough.
I'd love it if he
Yeah.
did, but anymore.
Yeah.
You're right.
And
I really like Garrett. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
I would have loved to have seen a tour this year between peak Bernal or like Giro Bernal, Pogačar, and fully healthy Roglic. I would have been interested to see those together.
That was one of my future questions in this section, so I'm glad you asked it and you brought it up.
Yeah.
So I'd like you guys to talk about the purchase that Ineos made, and will we see a on-form Bernal, on-form Roglic, on-form Pogačar,
All at the same race.
all at the same race?
Yeah.
I'll let you, Jackson. I'll let you kind of continue on
Yeah.
that. Do you think we'll ever see that?
I think if we do, this might be the year. Because I think, I don't know, I think that that this year we saw Bernal target the Giro, and he won it pretty comfortably. But I think he also saw how Pogačar pretty much just won it he kind of won the tour pretty easily near the end of it. I still think Pogačar's the better rider than in the three, but I think it would be really, really interesting to watch. I think Bernal has more of that long range mountain type of attack, but I think Pogačar is way too explosive and Roglic as well. I think those two are too explosive for a rider like Bernal.
If they're all healthy though, then you don't have just like the last year. Well, last year you had Pogačar and
Roglic
but Roglic dropped out or left the race because of injury.
and crashing.
And so then you start getting
He
kind of
basically cheese grated the entire side of his body.
his crashing is done for like 5-6 years. I think he got it all out of his system.
Really,
last
you might
year.
want to talk to Garrett
Garrett,
Thomas.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he got all his out last season
Yeah,
too.
I hope so.
But my point is like if you do get what Pat was asked or what he was talking about was
nobody does.
3 or 4 healthy that level of a superstar, not maybe a Carapaz or where they're just not quite there, then it's not Pogačar sitting at the front just like, well, I'm just going to play with you guys and beat you up all day, and then when you're done beating each other up and trying to beat me up, I'm just going to go away for the win. It won't be like that. So it'll be a lot more tactical, lot harder.
I think it's also. Oh, sorry. I think it's also interesting. At that point, if they're all on their peak form, it's more of a who's got the best team. Mm-hmm. Even though, to me, I find Pogačar to be a team in one.
Yeah,
but there's no way he can do that solo. I mean, UAE has got it.
A good, strong team.
Yeah,
and they're getting people.
Yeah,
they've acquired some people to help them out.
Mm-hmm.
I think to have all three would be exciting. I'm trying to think back while you guys were talking, and I kind of tuned you out.
Yeah,
that happens.
It's easy. Like my wife.
Yeah, I do it with my wife. Yeah. So, but I think what happens is, I'm thinking back in history. Has that ever happened? There's many times where it starts off good. All it takes is like a team loses and a big pileup loses a couple of their lieutenants and they're running it. It's for 23 days or 22 days actually, and 21 days of racing. There's always going to be some mishap on the top three that's going to alter it. It could be even a mechanical, especially with disc brakes. I had to throw it in there.
Another one for the disc brake bar.
Yes, thank you.
Another vote.
But it's like anything can happen in those days, or just you eat something bad.
Yeah.
And you have to fake it. I mean,
Moto Man doesn't show up.
Yeah, Moto Man, you're chasing him all over. He's like, his GPS isn't working.
He's slippery little
so
bastard.
It would be nice. It'd be kind of cool to watch them battle it out. My personal opinion, I think Roglic is the only one going to come close if everybody stayed healthy to Pogačar. Mm-hmm. That's the only guy.
As far as that all-around nature of it, I agree. And Rowan Dennis was recently justifying his move to Jumbo-Visma. I don't know if you guys read or saw this one. And he basically said that Ineos is now copying the book of Jumbo-Visma. So why should I stay with a team that's copying a playbook from somebody else? I'm just going to go to that other team. Yeah, I really don't think Rowan Dennis has learned the art of the professional filter. I just like, dude, you just gotta shut the fuck up and ride your bike.
You wonder how much is maybe it's a little bit true. They're trying to look at their success compared to Ineos. They you would naturally would do it. Yeah.
It's a great tour book, but the UAE formula is obviously a completely different formula.
Yeah,
and it's worked just 2 years in a row.
One Stallion just walks away.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it almost reminds me of having a solo leader and things like that. It reminds me of the '80s. It reminds me of those times with, Laurent Fignon teams with Renault.
Inderin, did he have a good strong team?
Oh
behind him?
No,
I mean, all his guys.
But
Francois
Jean-Francois Bernard. But name other riders on that team. Not to be belittling of those riders on that team.
Well, he was just so strong in the time trials.
I could probably go on.
Could you?
Yeah.
Of Benesto.
Benesto, yeah.
Andy Hampston was on that squad for a while.
It was kind of later in the days. Laurent Roux, I think it was on there. They had, I believe, there was quite a few that had like motors, but Jean-Francois Bernard was his lieutenant, and he was at the front and pushing it.
I wish I had a soundtrack. I could have just had some kind of dreamy music. We're entering the mind of Paul Main. That would have been interesting. So
it's fading.
Yeah,
with my age.
So it's story number 3, and the death of gravel begins in September. In September, the UCI confirmed it would sanction a gravel world championships in 2022. While the announcement was met with a mixture of chagrin and excitement, the most enduring reaction has been one of bewilderment. That was a big word, which I've said millions of times, and I just couldn't right then. It is actually happening, and if so, when and where. While the UCI is still not revealed any of the details pertaining to its, quote, gravel worlds, end quote, VeloNews, the folks at VeloNews, was able to speak to some people involved and kind of get an idea of what was going on. But we really came away with nothing in terms, it's very generic. It's very trying to figure out what's happening. So they're putting together apparently a preliminary calendar of 15 to 20 races of the World Cup, so to speak, and we're waiting to see which ones the events are, and then a World Championship. So I know that half of this panel is not 100% up to speed on gravel, but if you could say what events should definitely be on the list, would they or would they not be predominantly United States-based events? Jackson, I'm going to let you go first because I know you and I probably have more of a gravel background.
So
sorry, guys.
Kind of what we're asking is
Doesn't
like,
hurt.
should like,
Yeah, I'm getting a beer.
yeah, there you go. Should more U.S. events be on this like UCI calendar?
What do you think? I mean, because I don't know of very many gravel events and it's probably because we're Americans and we're paying attention to our own regional, national calendar.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had to pick a World Cup series, how many U.S. events would be on it? What would they be?
Yeah, I mean, I'd put a lot on there. I think that almost Unbound is like the Worlds as is right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think BWR is a special event, just because it's not. You don't really know what.
There are 4 of them now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think original San Diego
Yeah.
is the one that you should pick, especially because you're dealing with like conditions that are not usual. I mean, yeah, they're I think predominantly, yeah, U.S. has the really strong, just like organization to it.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I will say that the Rift in Iceland, I think, could be a really cool one on that series. But I don't know. The series just seems so. Oh, this is gonna happen, but does anybody really care about it?
Yeah.
It just seems lackluster. It feels like they're trying to like take. It feels like they're really trying on this, but it's just kind of falling flat a little.
It also seems like, I mean, there's what defines a gravel race.
Yeah, it's such as
Unbound is a fuck ton of gravel.
Yeah,
And not just gravel,
like
like
rock.
yeah.
Boulder size. You're right. And Belgian Waffle, when we did it, had a shit ton of road.
Yeah.
So if we lean to a format of gravel, what's the percentage? I mean, watching Paris Tours, which was a UCI World Road Race, World Tour Road Race, had more gravel, if you break it down, than some of the gravel races I've done. What makes a gravel race? Paris-Roubaix, is it a gravel race? I mean, I don't understand.
Depends on which
genre.
side of the road
Yeah.
you ride on.
Yeah.
mean-
I guess my point is, so if they have a world championships, okay, we're going to have a gravel world championships. It's a 1-day race. How long is it going to be? What's the percentage of gravel it has to be? What the fuck? I don't think the UCI knows.
It's at an infant stage.
Yeah.
So I think, the last one that they did, they kind of threw it together towards the end of the season. I've heard Matthew Vanderpool say, they asked if on GCN, would you think about doing graveling? Because I don't know. Never done it.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like, oh, God, yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
So I think in Europe, gravel roads compared to ours, I mean, what we think of gravel is obviously Unbound and BWR, those type of things. But in Europe, they don't have those. You couldn't have a consistent pattern of that, and which is fine. And I think that the UCI would develop their own style of gravel race in Europe. Today, with what we have to go through to travel, and unfortunately Worlds is going to be the same thing, to go from continent to continent, is going to have to. You're going to have to be realistic. It's not going to happen for, I don't know, several years before we'll be able to travel like we used to.
So would you say that here in the United States, the gravel scene is the most flourishing?
Yeah.
From what we understand.
As in participants, yeah.
Yeah.
without a doubt.
So how can the UCI declare a European-based World Cup without saying, or create a World Cup without saying riders have to bounce all over the fucking globe in order to attend this series?
Well, if you look at it that way, I mean, in the World Tour, all the races are pretty much in Europe anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So that's all they're going to do is create a European version of that.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that. They can go ahead and do it. It doesn't. You don't have to incorporate Iceland or Unbound or anything else. They just say these are our races for.
But
for
that's
gravel.
not a World Cup per
Well,
se.
it could. I mean, it
Well,
depends
you
on
pick
the
10 races that are
Yeah.
in 9 different countries, and two of the races happen in the U.S. because the U.S. has
Okay,
more.
there you go.
You
But
know,
I'm
then
saying
you're
if,
like they're making them come over here. You're making us go over there.
which is what it should be. I'm just
Right.
saying right now it seems like it's a very unbalanced because from my limited knowledge, the majority of the races that are the highest the highest
feel like you could say
prestige are right now in the United
Well,
States.
it might be the opposite of the World Tour.
Yeah.
Like we may have the 8 races, and they may come up with 4 races, and they have to come over here. It's not a whole lot different than motorsports or even world cycling.
Well,
So we gotta go over there.
let's use mountain biking. Remember when that started? This
Yeah.
is exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
All the races,
Was
everybody
here.
mountain was here.
Mammoth,
Big Bear.
yeah, Big Bear,
And all over the place. We had world championships all over the U.S. And the problem is when the Europeans started traveling over here, kicking our butts, that just disappeared.
Yeah.
And it's now over in Europe. I mean, all the top riders pretty much are all European now. So
So we're fucked. It's basically.
yeah, if that's just
It'll be
how it's
fun
going to
for a while.
evolve. Yeah,
It'll be fun for
but
3 or 4
it
years.
doesn't mean Unbound's going to go away,
Yeah,
or it
right.
doesn't have to be a part
Yeah.
of that. It's in fact, it'd be better if
Well,
they
I
weren't
also-
a part of that.
I also wonder
Right.
how many of those races
Absolutely.
are going to accept that invitation.
Actually, all new races. Maybe they need to
Zero.
skip.
Jackson says zero.
I
Zero.
guarantee not a single U.S.-based race will accept a UCI sanction. Or not sanction, but yeah.
approval.
World-
Approval,
so to
yeah.
speak. Yeah.
And that
yeah.
would be great if the UCI actually had to find promoters or the promoters that are fairly experienced in promoting gravel to pick new courses to not bastardize
Yeah.
the
the
Unbound.
purity.
Or,
Yeah.
or to Kanza or something
Yeah.
like that. They don't want that for
Unbound and Kansas are the same
they are
thing.
the same thing.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
dropped the name.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like Dirty Can.
Well, look at BWR now. Look at the price list. It's what $50,000.
$50,000 for a lifetime, and the lifetime's put together a series.
This is
too.
going to
Yeah,
alter it. It's not going to be what we think. Once you start throwing money like that around,
Yeah.
it's going to alter
There's a
that
lot
whole
of discussion
idea
about the
Yeah,
the
it will.
ruining
But
of it.
that's the way things
That's how it
evolve.
does. Yeah,
Yeah.
popularity grows. So, all right, there we go. News is over. News took.
Oh, that
us-
was all news?
That was all news.
Jeez.
That was all. See, what I love is you guys take
We're
news.
an hour
and run with
into
it. You guys run with it. So our topic brought to you by our friends at new sponsor, everybody.
Panda Watch.
Untapped Maple, you guys, is a brand new sponsor for 2022. Untapped began on a bike and a pair of skis. Professional cyclist Ted King, speaking of gravel, and the Cochran family of the professional alpine skiers naturally gravitated to the organic simplicity of maple syrup.
Wow.
There's nothing flashy about maple syrup or the slick work of the advertisers and food chemists. They simply found what maple syrup truly worked for their energy needs in training and competition. With an understanding of the critical elements required in sports nutrition, maple syrup rose to be the only choice as a viable energy source for athletes. Untapped was founded in 2013. That is just a origin story. But if you are interested, and I'm going to ask Jackson to back me up on this, get to untapped.cc today, or hell, grab some from your local bike shop. Jackson is our biggest fan, in-house biggest fan of the Untapped product line.
Yeah, I sometimes struggle with like the solid foods. BWR taught me that the hard way. Yeah. But the gels that they have are super skinny. The packaging super skinny, so you can fit like 10 in a pocket, and you can still put like your phone in it or like a pump. But they're also like you get 100 calories per gel, which is like pretty decent, I would say.
It's a quick ingest. It's good flavor.
Yeah,
it's really nice. Yeah.
I just want to point out that was one of the gifts for Christmas I was going to give Jack.
Untapped?
Yes.
No
really?
shit.
Yeah, because there's maple. Then I figured just in case you're running, and if you weren't going to stay in shape, you could use for cooking.
Oh,
see,
on my pancakes.
So, and just today I listened to Slow Ride podcast, and one of the guys who lives in Orlando, Florida, did a 200-mile ride. A group of guys went out. And he mentioned that, and he says that stuff is unbelievable. He stands by it. So,
wow,
there you go.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Where's the company based in Vermont?
Yep.
Vermont? Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's from Vermont, so I have a love of my true good maple syrup. So I'm excited about this.
Oh, well, there we go. So you guys
Wow.
didn't even know this was coming. This
No.
was for the
What a thought. You
listener.
got samples?
These were all genuine reactions
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
panel. And yes, I will have samples. I
Okay.
promise, I will have
All right.
samples. Not considering the 12-pack of athletic beer you're walking out.
I know. Jesus. I need something for breakfast though.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, I want to talk about bias and opinions today. Okay, we're in a world where people can shout their thoughts on just about any format, and some might be actually based in fact, and some might be actually interesting, but most tend to be just complete bullshit. We can all agree on that one. We're going to go there. We are going to step into the realm of exploring our own biases and perhaps learn something along the way. I'm going to bring up some sensitive topics in the sport of cycling and the disciplines and the behaviors that are inherent in each. And I would like you guys tell me your honest opinion about these things and explain why you have these opinions. So we're gonna pull back the curtain a little bit and say, why we might, for example, hate the color green. That was just a soft example.
That's my
Okay,
favorite.
but okay. But anyway, and I'd like you guys to provide me your insight into why you might dislike or like something, and give me a reason as to it. Because for example, I'll ask students I teach. I'll say, okay, we're watching a film in class. Tell me if you like the movie or dislike the movie, but tell me why you like or dislike. And some students sometimes look at me and go, I don't know, because my dad said it sucked. Well, then tell me your opinion, okay? Or I was told by a roadie once upon a time that helmets are stupid because, he wore a hairnet. By the way, he's in the hospital now, and he's on his last moments of life, and he's drooling, eating through a straw. That was a joke. It was a bad joke, but it was
terrible.
a joke.
Fuck.
So,
oh my God, I was on the edge
so
of my
for
seat.
example, our good friend Brent sent me the first one, and I would like to know your thoughts on handlebar / top tube bags. The bags, that people carry stuff on. I want to know, number one, your thoughts. Number two, why do you feel that way? Number three, can you see the opposite side of the argument? And number four, could you potentially be swayed the other way? So I'm going to start with Jackson. I'm going to say, Jackson, your thoughts on handlebar or top tube bags. First of all, what do you think of them?
I think they're great. I think, however, that there's a time, like everything, there's a time and a
Paul
place.
just vomited off the side of this.
Yeah.
In his own little rim break bar.
Yeah. I think there's a time and a place, though, for both. I think that I saw Brent's message on Twitter to us mentioning Chris Froome's.
Yeah.
I will say that I think that a top tube bag should have no place on a road frame.
Yeah.
I agree.
However, I think that a bar bag might have a place on a road frame. Might. I have never, and I'm going to be honest, will never put one on my road frame.
You won't.
But that's for personal reasons.
But what are the personal reasons? Are they because the rest of us have given you shit about it over the years? Are they because
It's because of the paint. I don't want the paint to rub off.
Okay.
And
There we go.
also, I am an aerodynamics nerd
Okay.
on that, and so I know that the wind flow is immediately broken by any sort of bag that I would have on my road frame.
Sure.
So I'll put it on a commuter. I'll put it on a gravel bike. I rode a bar bag at BWR.
Yeah. I didn't, and I was shifting my jersey the whole time.
Exactly.
It was rolling on my
Yeah.
back. It was fucking annoying.
And but yeah, I don't think I'd ever put one on a road frame.
Okay. Paul, Jack.
Go ahead. I agree
All right.
with everything you said.
Yeah, I agree with him too. I think that if you're going to put it on a road bike, the wheelbase has to be 104 centimeters or longer.
Fucking.
Anything short of that, 102 to 100 centimeter.
You're getting
Wheelbase.
get out with your tape measure.
Nope, take the bag
Yeah.
off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take it off.
So
What about
there's
fanny
no
packs?
reason.
Fanny packs. Yeah.
No.
Just kidding.
No.
Why do we hate fanny
Just
packs?
no.
Why do we hate
Well,
fanny packs? Is it the people who wear them?
It's the era. It's an era of
They were dumb when they come out with
when,
Not-
but it is. There
But
was
is it the
We're
people
not
who wear them?
marsupials. That's it's like Jesus.
your babies?
Yeah.
Here are my children.
Look at here.
Yeah.
Well, to me, it's
Wow.
also like putting all that weight, like that load on your.
Oh, you move it to the front.
But even on like putting all that weight onto the bottom. I get it now. But on the bottom of your back, like that's already a sensitive area. So why not put it on the bars?
That's where you're putting stuff in your jersey pockets anyway, though.
Yeah, but if you think about it, you have
Look
to
at me
like
playing devil's advocate. This is fun.
you have to clip it. Like it could be restrictive to your breathing.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more
Your
to think about
diaphragm.
than just a jersey.
Okay. Okay.
And they're stupid.
Yeah,
And they're
they are stupid.
Just fucking stupid.
Gentlemen, same questions apply.
Well, he never asked.
Oh, well,
What do you think?
I think
No,
Jack
I mean,
said
I
he
really
agrees.
agree. The first thing I thought of was right place, right time, and it would be a gravel race, gravel ride. Hey, we're going out for
Touring.
3,000-mile ride on the gravel. Let's get our bags and our every bag you can put on the bike.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's kind of like the winter bike with fenders and lights and the works. I mean, right place, right time.
I
But the
agree.
road race bike should never have a handlebar bag or a frame bag.
I'll hook him.
Because I was
I'll tear their ACL right now.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the fact that if I was going to go out and do a 100-miler, would I put a handlebar bag on? I do 100-milers quite often, and I don't usually take a handlebar bag.
Road's also so different. It's so much faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it does the time you're gonna be on a 100-mile road ride suffice
Carrying
All that
a bag?
extra
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I don't think it
Yeah.
does.
a stove.
Yeah.
you know,
a coffee maker.
yeah, coffee maker.
I'm gonna have to speed up these topics
Yeah.
because I have 12 of them.
Oh, jeez.
Socks and leg warmers debate. Should we just address this and
Not
get it
over.
fucking over
Not
with?
over.
Over or under the sock,
Under,
gentlemen?
be
Under?
under, be done.
Under.
Yeah, I mean,
But
yeah.
why? Why?
Because
why
think-
do we feel it should go under?
first of all,
what is our inherent hatred of people who might put
majority
it over?
majority of your socks are usually lighter in color, typically.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get debris and stuff. They're gonna look like crap afterwards.
And they're more
anyway.
absorbent.
And the whole idea of leg warmers is that if it warms up, you can peel them off on the ride. Now you got
That's
to take your
rolling.
socks.
They're
Yeah,
fucking
it's-
rolling down.
That's
and you're
true.
Crashing,
It's just
trying
dumb.
to-
Yeah.
yeah.
And I've taken my leg warmers and knee warmers off in a race. Yeah.
Completely in agreement. Wow, I'm going straight to the jug here.
Knickers.
Mountain bikers who ride in tennis shoes on platform pedals.
That's not out there.
This is sometimes a bias. It is sometimes a bias.
I say they can
Roads.
go ahead and do it. I've seen their drops, man. You don't want to be clipped in
Fucking
if
fly.
you screw.
Those guys fly.
up. Yeah, you
But-
toss that bike away from.
But I've seen mountain bikers in tennis shoes judging me for riding in clip pedals.
I think there's the
Fuckers.
I think I think the difficulty
I
there
gotta
is
sit up. I look fat when I lean back.
I think the difficulty there is like the whole like judgment of it all is just it's dumb. You get more power, but
Sure.
it depends on the type of riding you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree though. I agree with what Paul said. I think they're also a time and a place type of thing. Because if you're doing a lot more like enduro stuff where you might be pushing more, or you might not need the power that like a regular like XC rider might need, then I think that's what it's needed for. I think it's more of a tool for a specific job rather than a preference.
I think a lot of these are going to be like that.
Mhm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
A lot
it's
of these
so
are gonna be like
diverse.
that?
Yeah, well, I
Wait,
don't know.
you-
Okay,
Dude,
Jack.
I got a challenge.
Sleeveless jerseys and arm warmers.
Wait,
Sleeveless jerseys and arm warmers.
warmers. What's the point?
I think that too. What is the point of it?
Well, we got
I
a lot of
mean-
triathletes who do it, and triathletes. I'm going to justify the triathlete reason for doing it because if you've ever run in a skin suit with sleeves, fucking sucks. It chafes your body. A skin suit is made to be bent over, and to do the run portion of a triathlon with sleeves kind of sucks. So they want to keep their arms warm, but they don't have sleeves anyway. So that's my justification for it. It still looks fucking stupid. I don't know why I'm so angry about how it looks. I seriously don't. I don't know if I programmed it into myself. And this is the bias of this is where humans create bias. Do we know where it came from? No, I've just been passed down from generation
like
to
racism.
generation. Yeah. Wow. Well, yeah. I mean,
It
that's
is. It's
kind
like,
of what
yeah,
it is.
I don't
yeah.
know why they,
Well,
Right.
I hear on that point. To me, it's like I understand that that their suit because they used to have to ride on the freaking if you look at
Speedos.
yeah speedos and stuff and Pearl Izumi, I don't know if you guys know it, used to make a speedo that had like a chamois in it,
Yeah.
and then
one
it
of
would
them.
fill
Oh,
with
my
water.
You fucker. That was my first triathlon. Yeah. You jump on the saddle with a
Yeah.
chamois full of water. Everybody thinks you're pregnant and your water broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a reason for it. But if they're out on a training ride, unless they're going to go for an immediate run afterwards, there's no reason unless they're working on their tan line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you see them out on a training ride and they have that, and it's like, what are you doing?
It's terrible.
Yeah. But if in a race, I will give them yeah.
Why do we have these biases, though, is my question.
I think this one is personal preference. I think it's it's to me this is like purely aesthetic, just because I am somebody who like I'm very into like clothing and like what specific things look good on and so I think that this is something that's I think that this is something that like objectively in my eyes looks not the best.
Okay. People on e-bikes wanting to be considered equal.
I've never heard that.
Nope, that's not a thing. Let's move on.
Yeah. Have you? Is that really a thing?
Yeah.
Equal.
They're
in
not
what,
equal.
What way?
Yeah.
Like
They're people. They
hey,
are people.
we're all out
We're all
riding. Treat us equally.
Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, have you ever played a video game where you have to play by the rules, but everybody else can play that doesn't have to play by the rules? That's exactly what this is.
Every Zwift race I've entered.
Yeah, well, like, but seriously though, like that's what this is, because it's like you are a cyclist. I don't care if you have a battery or not, but if you're lining up next to me, it's the same thing as playing a video game with you have to follow the rules and they
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah, I'm all for. I'm with you. I'm all for if I'm going down like high drive, and you see somebody and it's a contractor that we used to do work for. He just loves it. He even like. I
We're
said,
not
"Nice
against
bike."
e-bikes. I
No,
think they're
and he's like,
fucking awesome.
yeah, I don't ride.
Yeah.
I have battery assist. And I said, I don't care, Tim. I mean,
Yeah.
you're out, and it may lead him to like an actual bike, but maybe not. Who cares if he's outside and exercising as opposed to staying home?
Yeah, a lot of
You know,
people when they
doing
get older too, they can't get up the hill, but they're still going commuting every day.
Yeah.
And they need that.
And it's good. I wave at those, e-bike
You look at
people
the
and
bottom
stuff.
bracket first.
No, because I don't
Okay.
care. As long as their legs are going. But if they're going downhill,
Yeah.
and I have to watch a video where they don't pedal once, I lose interest. They're doing jumps and Superman stuff, and it's like,
Yeah.
what is
All
that?
right.
Yeah.
Continuing on some of the bigger, hotter topics, riding with headphones. What are your thoughts on people who ride with headphones? And why do you have that opinion on people who ride with headphones? I know Paul sometimes ride with
I do.
headphones. I don't.
Never will. After living in a big city like I did, I never, ever, ever, ever will. And I'm not saying that I will like poo-poo anybody who does. I've just been too close to lose that sensibility. I rely a lot on my ears when I'm riding, and when that's taken away from me, it's terrible for me at least. But I won't judge others. I'll always ride with headphones inside, but I'll never take them out.
I ride solo.
Yeah.
And if I come up a group, there's a couple of times where I've joined a group, saw them and start riding with them. I'll put them away. There's no way I'm going to have them in there.
Yeah.
But they're never that loud.
Yeah.
Not as loud as Randy Blaylock in a training race. There's a story of this guy.
Where you can hear the music.
Yeah.
When you're
he got
next to it.
dropped because he ran a straight block and it was the 4-ounce loop. And this guy, Craig Dizelle, a local guy, was sitting there, and they dropped Randy. They knew he had just an 42-18 to go up 4 mounts, and so they dropped him.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, he said he kept hearing this. And there's Randy, and he's not even in line with him, and blows right past him on a tailwind section. And he's got his head.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Always like Black Flag and all that kind of classic Dead
Yeah.
Kennedy stuff like that.
But I would never do that.
I've found myself to become somewhat hypocritical on it because when I was younger, I remember going out for, my coach would be like, okay, you got to do a 3-hour ride in the morning and a 4-hour ride in the afternoon. I mean, shit like that. It was brutal. And I took cassettes with me, not just my Walkman, but cassettes, like 4 or 5 of them, because it was the only way I could make it through. And I listened to it all the time, but only when I was riding alone. Nowadays, I'm too terrified of it. And so I do ride sometimes when I'm alone again with the bone induction headphones where I can still kind of hear cars coming and things like that. I can still hear what's going on around me. But if I see somebody in a race that I'm announcing with headphones on, I will ridicule your ass until the day is over. Because if somebody says passing on your left and you can't hear them because you're listening to who knows fuck what,
Phil Collins.
I was going to say somebody worse, but I have a problem with that.
I think for me, my justification when I'm riding by myself is I try to always follow the rules anyway, and it doesn't matter if I have headphones or not. At least I'm not going to hear me get hit by, here comes a car and it's going to hit me. That's yeah. So
Well, I think it's also interesting, like you mentioned the headphones that you have. There's like technology now that I have the AirPods Pro where you can actually turn it to transparency mode, where it's like you aren't wearing headphones anymore. So it's like there's stuff like that out there that I would be more comfortable with.
Wow.
But I don't know.
Are you coming over to give him a hug?
Is Eddie's crooked? Oh, he's
Bugging
straightening
you.
Eddie.
Nope, it's not happening.
Eddie's crooked? Did you get him?
Nope. Crooked
Well,
as
it's
fuck.
on a cable. What side's too low?
Oh, that one on the left.
left.
That one.
There you go.
yep.
That's
Thank
straight.
you.
Oh, yeah,
Yep,
that's straight.
Eddie's straight.
Yeah, professional podcast.
You should
right
get
there.
your eyes checked.
Eddie's
We had
in
to
line.
straighten Eddie. We had to straighten Eddie.
He's going
Eddie's
uphill.
in line?
Yeah.
Sitting on the bench, going uphill.
All right, we're good. Back.
Anyways,
Yeah,
back into
sorry.
it.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you straightened him out. Yeah.
Hey, that one over there is a little bit low.
Shut the fuck
No,
up.
but Jackson was talking.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm just I
Yeah.
would, there's more. I would be more comfortable with something
That
like
you
that.
can do that. That's cool that you have that option with
Yeah.
headphones, because the headphones I have, my bone induction ones, do not sound great. They're okay, but they don't sound great.
No
I can
bass?
still no.
Gotta have that bass.
Not that trouble. Yeah. Waving at other cyclists. Do you have a bias on people who wave or do not wave it?
Yes.
What is your bias, Jack?
Well, I absolutely wave at all cyclists, and when they don't wave, I just talk shit about them for the next half mile.
there have been times sometimes
Pissed
that I
off.
just
Pisses
flip them
me
off
off.
when they go by me.
Ooh.
You don't get that.
No, when they're
crazy.
past me, they're
Yeah.
not looking at me anyway. I'm just like,
right in the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, you yell out.
yeah.
But they have their headphones on. So
Yeah, they can't hear me anyway.
hear
I hate that. I think cycling is a
Yeah.
social sport,
It
and you should
should-
wave.
yep.
Even if it's lifting 2 fingers
Yep.
off the handlebar
A
or
nod.
something like that. Or a
See,
nod.
I kind of believe, kind of like Martin Luther, where he talked about converting people.
Yeah.
You convert more
not
people
King.
with honey. You attract more flies with honey than vinegar.
Sure.
So to me, I'll wave, and maybe that person's like, you start seeing more and more people with, they may be new to the sport and not realize that's a
That's
thing.
fine. I don't.
But
they don't.
But if
see
I was
me
new in
saying,
the sport,
"Fuck you."
yeah. But if I happen to look
That's
over,
my life.
hey,
I'm a terrified person. I
That
don't,
guy
you
waved.
know.
Do I know him? And you're like, "Fuck yeah!" Whoops.
Hey!
Yeah.
Just waving again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jackson, are you raised in this? Do you wave at other cyclists?
You're raised by
No
this
matter
guy.
what?
Yeah, I wave, but if somebody doesn't wave, it's
It's okay?
another person that I don't know anyways.
Yeah.
Ticks me off.
Me
I
too.
guess we're split here.
Me too.
Do you guys
This
have
one.
do you guys have a Shimano, SRAM, or Campagnolo bias?
No. Oh, I'm anti-Shimano.
You are anti Shimano. Why?
Because I think they do a lot of things where they made stuff not compatible. They could
Like
easily
their fishing
do.
reels.
Yeah, fishing reels.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
can't I put
Yep.
their fishing reel on
your
my rear
handlebar.
cog?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's like back in the day when STI came out.
Mm-hmm.
Their 600 and Durace weren't compatible. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
And it has to be planned situation. And I think they do have a tendency to kind of like, this is my stuff, and they won't share. They have a tendency to establish a patent way before they totally develop. It's an idea, so no one can actually touch that.
Like the rim brake
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah, and they have so much of the share brake bar. That's right. But I will give them kudos because their last group, their Durace group, does come with rim brakes. That's an option.
Mm.
And the 10,
But
they're
no
talking about
mechanical.
they're talking about a new 105 group
Yeah.
with rim brake option.
Yeah, all of them, even
Smart.
Ultegra
Yeah.
has a rim brake option. So,
Thank God they're listening to us.
Yep.
Is basically what
So
we're
you
saying.
should-
so at least this little square here,
The
Well,
brake
yeah,
option.
yeah.
See? So what? So why are you hating on Shimano?
because usually
Yeah,
on
he was.
everything
This
else.
started out with him hating Shimano.
He did, and then
Yeah.
he like.
No, he's like,
I said
"Ah."
I give him credit for
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
That's the only
So
thing.
when
It's the rim brake.
when nobody else makes rim brakes, you'll then be riding Shimano.
No,
No, he's gonna go to disc on his next bike. I bet.
no, I will have to.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I'm saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
right
have
at
an
the point
option.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get all your wheels.
Yeah,
Right on.
I better not crash. I got to keep
You
that
better
thing
not.
rolling.
I found you a
No.
2010 Cervelo.
I know.
Yeah.
That was an R3. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Do you want it?
No,
Oh.
not now. Anyway,
Hey, let's.
no one else answered that.
I was. Oh, Jackson, you got a
Preference?
I've ridden mostly Shimano my whole life. I do like my gravel bike.
SRAM?
Yeah, SRAM group set. But I really have enjoyed the mechanical, or not mechanical, the electronic version of Ultegra. And to me, I've never ridden, was it ETAP before, but it seems a little confusing how you have to, like, if you want to shift into a smaller cog, it's the right hand, but if you want to shift into it bigger, it's the left. But if you want to get into the little ring in the front, you have to click at the same time with both
What?
hands, which
Really?
is confusing to me.
Well, that's actually that. Contrary, most people like the simplicity of that, and it's like paddle shifters on a car. It's the same principle. And so
'Cause
you
I
get
just-
higher
I-
gear
I-
on the left and then the right, and if you need to shift, whether it's big or small ring from small to big or big to small, you just hit both paddles at the same time. When you stand up anyway, if you stand up,
Yeah.
you're supposed to flop both arms.
Like a
Right?
chicken?
Yeah,
What the
you do that so that your bike goes back to the person behind you. So you got to get used to like.
I
you
do
know,
whenever
shifting.
we're in a group.
You really
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
the
fucking
sign.
stand up. If you're that close to me, get the fuck off.
And see?
man.
And then you flip off people that won't
Quit
wave.
sniffing my
I-
ass, man.
I stand
You
up
know.
smoothly. I don't know what you guys
Yeah,
are
me
like.
too.
Unless you're
Yeah.
tired. If you start getting tired, there's
Then you
it's
try to take
smooth.
somebody out.
Yeah, you're gonna take somebody out.
Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple thing.
I've learned a lot today.
Yeah.
Have you? Yeah.
See,
That's good.
that's what we're here for.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've ridden more campy than anything, but and
I
I'm
would still
currently
ride
on
campy if I could afford it.
I'm currently
And if
on
it was
some
available.
10-speed.
That's
campy.
the issue, I think, with campy is it's too expensive
It
for
is.
a sport that's already expensive
it
enough.
became too expensive.
Okay.
Well, they're the
Well,
only.
it's always been too
They're the
expensive.
only one. Record comes still in the mechanical, which
Yeah.
keeps that price down quite a bit.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think it's even close to Ultegra electronic, or even for
Really?
record.
Yeah.
You know, there's super record
Yeah.
above that, but you get a mechanical, and I think it's just going to be like watches.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain people that still want
Mm-hmm.
that. They'll
The-
have a
the
niche.
tag
Yeah.
wire.
No, it's
Yeah.
not a tag. It's a
Oh, it's not?
Festina.
Oh,
I got a syringe with.
That's
I
a-
doubt.
video
I
in
doubt
there.
he's still. I doubt he's
Nice.
with us right now. But John Galloway is a watch freak.
Is he?
He's just,
Yeah.
he's obsessed over watches. I don't think he has any Apple Watches in his house.
No, I don't have an Apple Watch. Mine's analog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I did have some other ones, and we ran out of time. But like the Veluminati rules and the bias that people have for Veluminati, or
Colored
against, no, I'm not
shorts,
going to talk
colored
about it. But anyway,
blah, blah,
we're going to
blah.
finish the show with a little fun time brought to it by our friends at Athletic Brewing. Get to Packfiller and click on the link for the finest non-alcoholic brews that can be found. So we're going to go speed version of Would You Rather. Okay, you can say why you would choose one or the other, but it's got to be a quick response. It can't be just, oh, well, once upon a time I was, and then I got run over.
Why are you looking at me?
Damn it.
I wasn't looking at you, but I should have been looking at you. Okay, so for example, number one, I'm going to start with Jackson. Give up alcohol or give up scratch? Go.
Alcohol, easy.
Jack.
Scratch
You give up
labs?
scratch labs
Oh.
in your bottle. Or any kind of
Pass.
nutritional supplement. Any kind of nutritional supplement in your
Pass.
bottle. You'd give up scratch, wouldn't you? I know you would.
I see it on
I know
your
you would,
face.
Mr. 4 shots of bourbon. Paul.
That's an easy one. Scratch.
You give a scratch?
I don't use it very often.
Yeah.
It just has to be hot days
Yeah.
when I have used it.
Man, we
I'd
lost
probably
that
give up. I'd give him scratch for alcohol too. Jackson Bulger, would you rather piss yourself on a ride or shart yourself on a ride?
Oh, are you kidding me? I'd rather piss myself.
You'd rather piss yourself?
I piss myself all the time.
What?
Then I sharted and never pissed.
Yeah.
I'd rather probably piss than shart.
yeah, because the shart's just you can hose your crotch down if you piss
If
yourself.
it's a rainy day, you
but
don't
the
even
shart's
know.
there. Yeah.
Throwing those shorts away.
can't tell
Shut
you.
up for a bit.
I can't.
If you poop,
Fuck.
No, I'm not talking shitting yourself. Sharting yourself.
that is
No,
shitting
it's
yourself.
still-
well,
shitting,
it's
yeah.
tiny little bit though.
That's-
You
like a
still
turtle
shat
shit?
yourself.
Like a rosebud? What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Rosebud. Would you rather race the triathlon in a Speedo or bike camp? Oh, or do an overnight in a bike camp, an overnight bike camp.
Overnight
Jackson,
bike camp.
Overnight bike camp.
Bike camp.
Paul,
I'd probably go the other way.
he'd probably Speedo it.
I'd
wouldn't you?
Speedo it, yeah.
You'd Speedo it. I would bike
Camping's
camp.
stupid.
Only be allowed to watch the classics if you drank malt liquor,
Ah.
or only be able to watch the Grand Tours if you drank Thunderbird wine. Jackson's kind of out of reference here, but I'll give you.
Probably drink Thunderbird wine.
You drink Thunderbird wine during the Grand Tours. Jack.
He drinks both.
I'll take both.
He's weighing out
I
classics
guess
or
I'll go-
Grand
I'll
Tours.
go-
That's all he's doing.
I'll go Grand Tour.
Grand Tour and Thunderbirds?
Yeah.
You'd rather Grand Tour and
Yeah.
Thunderbirds. Paul?
Easy malt liquor and classics.
You'd malt liquor and
Yeah.
classic? You'd malt liquor and classic?
Yeah.
Oldie.
Wow.
Old English, Schlitz.
Yeah, I guess that does
Yeah.
sound pretty
Yeah.
attractive.
What's the
Colt
Bike Fit
45?
Sam? What's the Bike Fit Sam one?
Oh, that's
It's
311
311
something
or
reserve,
something like that.
211.
Yeah.
Steel
Reserve.
Steel Reserve. I would Grand Tours and Thunderbirds, but that's a lot more time.
You could
involved.
sip that.
Yeah.
Same with the other shit.
You
Would you-
can't. It gets
Jackson,
warm
would
and
you-
shitty?
Jackson, would you rather race a crit on a fixie or with no saddle? So now the other riders have brakes.
Have bikes.
Would you rather race a crit on a fixie with no brakes or race a crit with no saddle with brakes?
Probably the
Imagine
fixie.
cornering with a fixie.
Just
Cornering.
let him
It's-
answer first.
It's capable. You take the corner wide enough, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, the Red Hook crits.
Yeah, you get a short enough crank lathe,
Yeah.
you're good. I'd do that. I'd do the
race,
fixie, yeah.
You'd race with no brakes on a fixie. Jack.
I think I'd have to do the fixie because it's impossible to stand for a whole crit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impossible.
That would suck,
And
man.
I'm not sitting on the seat post.
Just
No.
we didn't put one
One
cheek
cheek on the
on
top,
the
too.
saddle.
No.
Yeah, on the top.
It's fixie.
Paul?
It's dangerous.
Yeah, it would be fixie.
I'd fix it too. Ride sleeveless for the whole summer or ride tube socks for the whole summer?
that's easy.
Jackson.
Sleeveless.
Sleeveless.
Fucking sleeveless.
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 Yeah,
Love
get a
it.
good tan line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put some. What's the shit in your hair? Yeah, some.
Jerry curl.
No.
Lemon juice.
Yeah.
That's
All
what
right.
I remember.
Sun in,
Kirk
sun
Willett,
in,
sun in.
Kirk
Yeah.
Willett, and those guys
And
back
you
in
put the
day.
headband on. Just out there riding in a headband, no helmets.
Zinc oxide on your nose.
Yeah.
Like put
Will it?
stuff in his hair.
Kirk used to
Yeah,
put
oh,
in
yeah,
that lemon
yeah.
juice
Really?
juice in his
All
hair.
kinds
Yeah.
of stuff. Yeah.
I'm not
Can
incriminating.
you imagine
by
a
saying
ginger with a blonde streak? Sorry.
Be forced to smoke a full cigar before every ride, or be forced to drink a gallon of milk before every ride?
Well, you throw up with.
I'm not asking. It's Jackson's turn.
I'd rather drink a gallon of milk.
Gallon of milk before
Yeah.
every ride. Jack.
cigar. Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta full smoke that boy. Like
full
You
cigar.
don't
gotta get
inhale
rid
it.
of it.
You don't inhale it.
But that's
Yep.
that
True.
flavor in
Not
your
if you do
hand.
it.
You're
I
good.
love
So
it.
you want to throw up before every single ride?
I
Gallon
don't
of
want to
milk.
feel like I'm gonna. I don't want to feel like a skeleton.
I think
at-
cigar
during the whole thing.
I think cigars would make you throw up, but
So Jack,
I'm going cigar.
cigar.
Hell yeah.
I love both. I would do both together.
Get him a blender. I'll put it in
Milk
one.
and a cigar. I love cigars.
So he wants both.
With a jug and a stove.
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah.
I might
You
try
ready,
it.
guys?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ready
I mean, if it was a double Corona, that's like an hour and a half smoke before. But I just got
I
a
didn't
small
say
little
how long it
Busto.
had to take.
Oh boy.
Get a short little Busto.
I would probably drink the milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ride on the back of a tandem all summer or fat bike all summer.
Fat bike
Jack.
all summer.
Jackson,
I
you
want a
what?
fat bike all summer.
You fat bike all
Yeah.
summer?
I'd fat bike.
Yeah, I don't want to smell somebody's ass for all.
Especially in the summer.
Yeah,
I'd ride on the
Jesus.
back of a tandem.
Wow.
I would.
Wow.
Have a beer with Chris Froome or have a beer with Lord Voldemort, the man we don't speak about on this show.
I don't really like either of them.
Oh.
Probably Chris Froome.
Have beer, Froomey, beer Froomey.
My wife loves Froome,
Yeah.
but she equally loves Lance. So I would say Voldemort.
You'd say Voldemort,
Mm-hmm.
It'd be.
He's got more stories.
Yeah.
I just
does.
want to hear the stories.
but it'd have to be so much on his terms.
What a psychotic mind, though.
yeah, but that's
I've
that's
always
not
said-
bad.
I've
I mean,
always said, and this is going to sound terrible, and people are going to take it out of context. I've always said I've wanted to have a beer with Adolf Hitler, just simply
Right,
to
right,
get
right,
into the
right.
mind of Adolf
Yeah.
Hitler.
I don't want to be in that mind.
No, but I'd like to know how somebody can be so persuasive.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. Paul,
I would probably go with Froome because I know the ins and outs of Lance since day one, and
Yeah.
I think Froome has a lot to offer. I think we don't hear much. He's been clammed
he's pretty
up.
quiet.
Yeah, but everybody who knows him, like Bradley Wiggins said, that guy is dedicated and he's a smart guy. So
I'd have a beer with Froomey too.
Mhm.
I'd
Yeah.
have a beer with Froomey. This is for the listeners because I don't think you guys can answer. Live in an apartment with the employees of Floyd's of Leadville, or live in an apartment with the panel of this show. I think we could all say Floyd's of Leadville, right?
yeah,
Yeah, we're boring.
I think the four of us in a house together
Boring as
would be
fuck.
like, oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Well, I've done half of it.
yeah.
So
So he's
So that's for the listener to pose to us. Let us know what you think. Two more, gentlemen. Ride a single speed with no brakes to work every day for a full year, or ride a 1980s mountain bike to work for a full year.
a 1980s mountain bike, that would be so cool.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Single speed track bike.
I got an 80s
Single
mountain
speed
bike.
fixed or
You got an 80s mountain bike.
it's a 90.
Well, it has no brakes, so if it was a coaster brake, you'd be fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You
no
would
brakes,
Be, you
yeah.
drag your feet.
It's just
Stick your shoe. Like that
80s mountain
Cofidis
bike.
guy in,
Yeah.
in Roubaix when his disc brakes
Yeah.
gave out. He
Yeah.
had to drag
Oh, yeah.
his
His
foot
feet.
on there.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
His disc brakes.
Jack,
Yes.
single
Yeah,
speed or
mountain
really
bike.
old mountain bike?
Mountain bike. I got that.
Yeah, old mountain bike. I've done it.
Full year. Now.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
easy. I did
Absolutely.
it for years.
I would, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of your Serrata. Yeah.
I had a
would do
Fuji
the old
before
mountain
that.
bike.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Work as a bike mechanic at Walmart or as a bike messenger.
Oh, totally messing.
Yeah, bike messenger.
You'd be a bike messenger?
Working at
Yeah.
Walmart's not real.
That's a fantasy world.
Like as a bike mechanic.
Bike messenger's a brutal
Putting stuff
job. I
together.
did.
Great
I
job.
was
Me
a bike
too.
messenger.
Yeah, we both worked for Elliott Bay. Remember?
Did we both?
Yes,
really?
but not at the same time. We lived like
Yeah.
parallel lives.
Yeah. Was I after you? I was
have
after
no
you.
idea.
You were at Starbucks, I think, while I was working at.
Why didn't you
Elliott
come
Bay.
visit? I'd have given you free coffee.
I didn't really know you were there. People told me you were in
Why didn't you
The
Seattle,
stop?
legend
Yeah.
and I thought I'd bump into you.
Why would? Yeah, I totally would have
in
bought
Seattle.
You coffee.
Yeah. There's only 2 million.
You want to
people
know
there.
something funny?
But I was at a specific.
I was
Starbucks.
working. I was
Yeah.
working
What year?
as a messenger in downtown Seattle, and somebody asked me if they could take a picture of me, and that picture ended up in a guidebook, not a guidebook, a book about Seattle.
Visiting.
local Seattle people, and I had lived in Seattle for maybe
30 minutes.
90 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year?
I don't fucking remember. I was out of college, so 92, 91, 92,
I was just,
92.
yeah, I was at Starbucks and I was just about to leave and
On Broadway?
to Hoquiam. No, the Capitol or the Columbia Tower.
Oh.
You probably delivered to the
I
Columbia
did,
Tower
and
all
that
the time.
picture I was in was right outside the Columbia.
Yeah, see, I twisted my ankle at the Columbia Tower like 3 days
Holy
before.
shit. It's
Seward
almost
Park,
like we
before
knew each other in a
Italian
previous
days,
life.
Italian
What are the
days,
coincidences? Yeah.
Crit.
Yeah.
Twisted my fucking broke my ankle almost.
Jesus.
Still
Wow.
rode. Still rode.
Yeah, because
I'll take that.
bicycling you can have bad
You can
backs and
have
bad
bad back,
ankles,
bad ankles,
whatever.
yeah.
You can do anything.
Yep.
Yeah. Did
Knuckles.
we get
Just right.
everybody on that last?
I can't even remember what the question was. I don't think I did.
Was it the mountain bike one?
No.
No, it was Bike Messenger or
Oh yeah.
Oh,
totally. That's
mechanic
why
at
we're-
Walmart.
That's why
or
we're going.
mechanic at
No,
Walmart.
yeah, Scott Bork used to try to talk me into because you assemble, you do everything
Huh?
with a gun,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like an air drill.
Yeah.
At
It's like,
Walmart?
that's not yet. Well, it was before
But
Walmart.
at those generic
yeah.
stores?
Yeah, whatever.
box stores?
When you had those, they would come in. You get paid by the unit, and not by the hour.
Jeez.
So the more you slap
Sly.
together, because
Yeah.
when I worked at the bike shop, we would even take a $300 bike, put the wheels in a truing stand, true them up, stress them, that type of thing.
No shit.
We wouldn't take the bottom brackets out, but we'd make
Yeah.
sure everything's good. Brakes are,
Yeah.
instead of the big huge cable loop, the housing was really
Cut
big.
it
We'd trim
down.
it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Oh God, no! We just get paid by the units."
wow.
So yeah, I couldn't put out crap like that.
My first gig was at Wheel Sport, my first bike gig. And
Which store?
with Dennis Lekander.
the downtown one. The main one.
The main one.
That is
yeah.
now a fucking Spin City.
Spin City. Yeah. Fuck
Hey,
that.
we all access bikes in different ways.
Not Spin City though. That's just like people, scantily
They're our
clad,
next
which I
sponsor.
have a bias against.
See?
I do
Yep.
have an
Why?
ingrained bias because I
Was
think
it
it's
ingrained as
douchey.
a child?
No, I just don't like.
Something the priest said over your back.
So you think it can
whispered in your ear?
Thanks for listening, everybody. Another episode of Packfiller has come to a conclusion. This might be our last episode ever, but
Are those bombas?
no, shut the fuck up. for
Hey,
a
we need a
second.
bomba sponsor.
Yeah, I'll work on that one. Yeah,
think-
because I'm sure after what you said, the
Yeah, no
Catholic
kidding.
Church is going to line up. Thanks, everybody, for listening to our most
we
recent
got
episode
two
of
out
the
of the four.
Packfiller podcast.
We're in bombas.
I just muted Jack's mic. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Keep the rubber side down and don't ever pay attention to anything Jack Broadhead says, no matter what he tells you. Like, subscribe, and please, please, please don't tell anybody what you just heard. Catch you guys next week.